Hey y'all. So this is going to be the first in a series of videos covering essential oil myths. And I'm actually kind of nervous about doing this because I feel like there's so much misinformation out there about essential oils, but I don't want this to be something where there's I don't want it to start a bunch of arguments and upset anybody. But I feel like there's a lot of information out there that needs to be corrected. And I also want to empower you guys so that when you come across some of this information that's out there, I want you to be able to respond to it in a really practical way, a really articulate way. So that's my goal. And I have been using essential oils for over 6 years, which, in the great scheme of things is not a super long time, but I love learning about essential oils. I love learning how they interact with the body, and I love reading about them. So, there's been times when my husband and I will be sitting and watching a movie, and I'll be scrolling on my phone, and he's like, "What are you doing? Put your phone down." And I'm like, "No, I'm reading about frankincense." It's so interesting. So I love being able to communicate that information to you guys. And I am part of a lot of groups that have very different ideas about how beneficial essential oils are, how they should be used. And so I like to kind of cross-check claims that I hear and suggestions that I hear, just to make sure that I'm giving the very best information possible to the people that are coming to me and wanting to learn about essential oils. So in this video, I want to talk about common sense and therapeutic range of essential oils. And so there are two kind of basic schools of thought out there when it comes to essential oils, just kind of out there in the world. One camp thinks that essential oils are placebo and they don't do anything. They are so weak and ineffective that they're not going to do anything to your body, and that there's just no health value to be gained from using essential oils. So that's one camp. The other camp says essential oils are so powerful that they will harm you if you breathe them in. So you've got these completely extreme opinions about whether essential oils work or not. And so I kind of want to talk about that in this video. So you've got one camp saying essential oils are so potent that they're going to hurt you if you even inhale the aroma of an essential oil, that they're so strong and so powerful. The other camp says that essential oils do nothing, absolutely nothing. They're a placebo. They don't affect your body at all. So who's right? Well, the answer is they're both right, sort of. And so that's what I'm going to clear up in this video. Okay, so I want to talk about therapeutic range. And basically, what that means is what works for you and what is helpful for you might be different than what is helpful for someone else. And that's kind of what we're looking for when we use essential oils. So let's just back up just a second and talk about common sense. Common sense tells us that too much of anything is going to be harmful for us. And I think we all know this, but we don't access that information all the time. So we all know that if you drink too much water, it will harm you, you will drown, right? If you drink too much water. If you eat too much salt, it has negative effects on your body. However, you need water every day in the right amounts, and you need salt every day in the right amounts, right? So that's the key, is using the amount that is correct for you. Now, some people that have issues with sodium, hypertension, things like that, should probably use less salt. And some people who are exercising a whole lot, if you're exercising a whole lot or outside in the heat, you're going to need more water, and actually need more salt to kind of retain that water inside your body. But not everyone's going to need the same amount of salt or the same amount of water. So I just wanted to, we all know this. Like, this is stuff you guys already know. So let's take that idea and think about essential oils, okay? So kind of the basic concept of essential oils is that they're super concentrated, highly volatile aromatic compounds from plants. It takes a lot of plant material to come up with a very small amount of essential oils. So each drop of essential oils is very potent. That's something I teach in all of my classes. If you've ever listened to a class I've done or attended a class that I've done, then you've heard me say that. They're extremely potent, okay? So that kind of agrees with the people who say that essential oils are so powerful, right? And the people that are like, essential oils do nothing, need to experience some peppermint oil in their lives, because you put peppermint oil on your skin and your nervous system responds to that peppermint oil. You feel the effects of peppermint oil on your skin. It feels cold. With that said, different people respond a little bit differently to essential oils. Some people can only use a tiny, tiny amount of essential oils and to experience all of those benefits. So let's just keep using peppermint as an example. Peppermint is amazing for cooling the body. You can actually feel the cooling effects on your body when you use this peppermint topically. You can feel your airways responding to the compounds in peppermint oil when you're using it aromatically. You can feel it opening up your airways. You can feel it supporting your lungs and your Okay, so when we're using peppermint topically and aromatically, we can feel and experience those benefits. Some people just need a tiny bit of peppermint to experience those benefits. Some people are going to need a little bit more peppermint to experience those benefits. So what we're looking for is our own therapeutic range when it comes to essential oils. So that's basically like the spectrum, and everyone's spectrum is a little bit different, but similar, okay? So it's not exactly the same, but it's similar. So my spectrum, my therapeutic range might be a little bit higher or lower than the person, to my left or right. Or for my kids, their spectrum is going to be lower. They're going to need less essential oils to experience the benefits. Someone who maybe is not as sensitive to essential oils and their compounds might have a higher therapeutic range. They might need to use more essential oils before they get into that spectrum. So the idea is we all find the level of the amount of essential oils that we can each use where we experience the most benefits from those essential oils. So how do we find that spectrum? You start very, very small and you use a small amount and you gradually increase until you experience the benefits that you are looking for. So, for example, the people that are saying that essential oils are a placebo effect and don't do anything, maybe they only use like a fraction of a drop and didn't experience any benefits. And so they're going to write off essential oils because they didn't have any effect on them. That means they weren't using enough of those oils to have that therapeutic benefit. So their therapeutic range, that bottom level for their therapeutic range, was not reached. So for the people on the other side who say essential oils are so powerful they could harm you, that's true when you use too many essential oils and you hit that top measure of your therapeutic range and you go over, then yes, your body is going to respond in some kind of fashion to tell you, hey, that's too much. I don't need any more than that. Sometimes that can be irritation on the skin. Sometimes that can be irritation in your mouth, or however you're using it. You're going to experience some kind of discomfort because your body's like, no, like that's too much. So the next time you use that oil, use less. So that's kind of a rule of thumb to keep in mind when you're using essential oils, when you're talking about essential oils, when you are out there on the internet and you're reading information about essential oils. That's my response to both of those camps. Yes, essential oils are very powerful and they can hurt you if you aren't using the correct amounts or if you're using them in incorrect ways. And yes, essential oils are not going to do anything to you if you're not using, first of all, like high quality essential oils, but second of all, if you're not using enough to even get close to that therapeutic range, then you're not going to experience the benefits that come with using the essential oils. So both of those parties are true in their own, their opinions are true in their own unique way, but I feel like we can further articulate and kind of explain why essential oils are so amazing, so beneficial when we are talking about using them with common sense. So don't like dump a whole bottle on your body. Like you wouldn't do that with any other like OTC thing that you buy from the store. So why would you do that with a bottle of essential oils? You always want to start very small. You want to dilute it when it's on your skin to make sure that your body is not sensitive to that particular essential oil. And you want to use enough essential oil to experience those benefits without maxing out your therapeutic range and experiencing irritation or discomfort. So like I said, the best way to do that is to start small, gradually increase, and I'm talking about like 1 drop. And if you look on a bottle, I have some right here. If you look on a bottle of oil on the supplement facts label, which I don't know if you guys can see that because it's blurry, but it'll say serving size is 1 drop. 1 drop. And I know some people are like, I use 5 drops and blah, blah, blah. But the recommendation from the company is 1 drop. Start with 1 drop. And if you put 1 drop in a roller bottle and then you fill it with coconut oil, you're getting less than a drop every time you swipe that roller on your skin. You're getting a fraction of a drop. So if you feel like that is not effective, you can add another drop, but it's always easier to add to your roller bottle or your spray bottle or to your skin or whatever than it is to take the oils out. So anyway, that is the topic for this video, using essential oils with common sense and how to find your therapeutic range. And I'm excited to be sharing about these myths and kind of helping to dispel some of the misinformation that's out there online. And I hope these videos are helpful for you. Bye guys.